Well, like this. Electric Needle Room. That's a hell of a deal. Welcome to it is the official kickoff to the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast, coast to coast and boulder to boulder. Tune in, iTunes, and of course, radio loyalty today. And man, do I have some stuff to talk to you folks about. Now, often on this show, we discuss the Fiverr Agent, which I love the Fiverr Agent. The Fiverr Agent is absolutely amazing. These are folks who they go on to Fiverr.com or any of these gig sites, and they act as agents and press people, and they have clients and all these things. Essentially, what these people are is they're con artists and scumbags, and so what they'll do is they'll go through and they'll find somebody. They'll go find someone, whatever, some mark somewhere that they've scammed, and they turn around and they say, "Well, I can get you all these interviews on radio shows." And what they do is they turn around and they go out and they buy interviews. They get on Fiverr and they type in radio interview or whatever, and then they go buy interviews. And it's a good side hustle, I'll have to say. It's a fantastic side hustle. But a lot of times, like for instance, a couple months ago, we had a woman on this broadcast by the name of Anime Artist. She was I believe she was from Sweden, I think is what she was. And she went out and she bought, and she had this Fiverr agent buy an interview. And so the Fiverr agent bought the interview, and I'm entertained by the Fiverr agent. They bought an interview. We did the interview, and then we sent it to the Fiverr agent. Well, apparently they either didn't like the fact that I mentioned that your press person didn't send me your bio and information. They're like, you made her uncomfortable, and we're not paying for this. Okay, here's the deal. She probably got a hold of the press person and said, "Hey, why didn't you send this guy my bio?" He, of course, had to do some quick thinking, and he's like, So then we did another interview with them, and because I made them uncomfortable, yes, you're in air quotes if you're not watching us. So then we go ahead and we do a second interview, and I went ahead and had Jay Birdwells do that interview. And I went ahead and I thought, well, I'll just take the money that I would get out of this interview. I'll just pay Jay. That's fine. Not a problem. And I had told her, here's what's going on. So we did the interview. She had a blast. This anime had a blast. So we go ahead and we get ready to do this again. What the heck is that on my screen? There's like a mark or the screen's peeling, or that's weird. Okay, so we go ahead and we do this interview, and I send it to this guy, and he's like, "Well, there was some sort of problem, and she doesn't want to do the. I think we're just going to cancel and move on." Okay, so now you have gotten... See, how this works is he probably went out and charged her $100 or more. And then he gets on Fiverr and buys 2 Fiverr interviews, which are $5 a pop. And so then he made a pretty good haul, and all he had to pay out was $10. So he's deciding, well, she's got her interviews. I've already been paid. I'm not paying these bastards. So then... So then we end up, this anime gets a hold of Jay, because they're buddies now. gets a hold of Jay and say, hey, when's that interview going to be up? And she's like, well, your agent's not wanting to pay for it. She's like, what do you mean not paying for it? So he said, well, he got on a service called Fiverr. Well, of course, she doesn't know what's going on. She's horrified by this, so she gets in touch with him. He then gets back in touch with me, and he goes, just send me that interview, and just close the order, and we're just going to move on. Of course you're just going to move on, because you've been caught. So earlier today, we had a woman on our radio broadcast last Sunday. When I'm taping this, it'll be last Sunday. And it was a good interview. Good time. So then her agent, her Fiverr agent, gets a hold of me today. She goes ballistic. Starts talking about, well, I am disgusted, and all this stuff. She's a black woman, so of course she's, going nuts. And so I explained to her, I was trying to calm her down. And I said, you gotta calm down. She's just cutting a promo on me, blistering up a storm. At one point I said, you've got to calm down. She's just going nuts. So I'm like, okay, well, I've tried to calm her down. It's not working. So I get on the phone with her, and I start being mean back to her. Well, then all of a sudden, oh my God, she doesn't know what the hell hit her. She hangs up. And I'm like, no. You are not going to call me, cut a promo on me, waste my time when we could have had a decent conversation between two human beings, and all of a sudden now we got two animals yelling at each other. No. We're not doing this. So I call her back. She's going nuts again. Finally, at one point, I said, here's the deal. I said, just take a breath. Just calm down, take a breath. So she does. And I said, okay. Now let's get this figured out. Had a really pleasant conversation with her. Here's part of it. One, she's real passionate for her client. You could tell that she's not a Fiverr agent. You could tell that she was someone who does this just as a side business, and she's got clients, and she goes out, and she buys interviews, and she secures interviews, and she probably writes press releases for this woman. She probably, promotes her books on social media, hires social media people. She's a real actual, she's like a Richard Kurtz from Strategies PR. She's like an Erwin Zucker from Promotion in Motion. She's a Shannon Rose from Eclectic Media. She's an actual publicity person. She just happened to get on Fiverr and see a couple opportunities to buy an interview, and she bought an interview. It's not a big deal. Because she made a comment about, well, I don't want to waste my client's time. That's awesome. I want to hear those words come out of your mouth. I don't want to waste my client's time. First of all, I don't know why I would do an interview with her client and then never air it. That is kind of weird. Because you'd be wasting my time too. What? So, here's the deal. I just had to air the grievance about the Fiverr agent, because we talk about the Fiverr agents on this show all the time, and they are quite entertaining, I will have to say. But in this case, not a Fiverr agent, but it was still damn entertaining as hell. Holy smokes, that woman cut a promo like nobody's business on me. And I'm like, you've got to calm down. You have got to calm down. Hell of a deal. So, that was something else. But we are going to take a time out. And when we come back, we have got more coming up. It is the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast.
How do you do? Well, like this.